Howdy everybody. If you're just logging in, this is going to be a few minutes of me kind of sorting some stuff out. So if you're watching this on the replay, you may want to just move ahead a little bit. Oh, it's working. And if you do come in, say hi in the chat box. Anybody there yet? No? Oops. One last thing to do here. All right. Hey, Mike. Can you hear the? You'll be my my sound check guy. I've just got audio off my phone running right now, Bluetooth speaker. Can you hear that? You can hear me? Can that for a second. So what I have here, actually, just make sure nothing. Hey, Jeremy. This is partially your fault this is happening, so thank you very much. This might be kind of a mess. I'm trying some stuff here. You hear guitar? Okay. Does it sound okay? Because I'm going to do something real quick. And you'll tell me if this sounds better. Guitar is good? Alright. So, and this is with me not having my monitors on. Does that actually change anything? Because this sucks for me. Sounds the same. All right. In that case, no headphones. So I just, well, you guys know, but for people who are watching this later, I literally just got this FM3 yesterday. I've never had a Fractal product before, and I've had other stuff. I mean, I've been playing guitar for 35 years, and as far back as the early 90s, I had an 80A MP1 preamp rack system. So it was all MIDI. It was like 10 spaces with a Mesa preamp and a stereo power amp and an Intel effects and a Alesis quad reverb. And I've done all that, and I could never get it to sound good in a way that made me happy on gigs. And so then I got into vintage amps, and then I've been kind of doing that forever. Over the years, I've had like Line 6 products. Never liked them. I use some of the plugins. I really like the Brainworks Pete Thorne PT100 plugin. I did a demo of that a few months ago. And some of the other ones are okay. I like the BrainWorks ones for tracking. You hear my back pain from here. Yeah. Jeremy understands what I'm talking about. So I've been dabbling with software things, the bias amp plugins. I've got the Waves plugins. I've never really liked any of that stuff, to be honest. I've also got a Strymon Iridium that I bought a couple years ago that I used for a bunch of the backing tracks until I got really, I don't know, it was okay, but I really just like putting a mic in front of my Deluxe reverb better. So I've been doing that for the last couple of months. And then I kind of wanted to try this, and I kind of need to actually start getting on this bandwagon because some of the gigs that I'm doing, I think, are going to start requiring more quiet stage. And also, I'm just really liking the idea of not messing with a million pedals. My pedal board is like my main cover band pedal board. Let me see if I can find a good picture here. Well, here's one. Let's see. No, actually that's the wrong thing. Can't see that. Well, maybe not. All right. Well, anyway, but I've got a ridiculous pedal board. I'll post pictures later. It's actually behind me. So Jeremy talks about back pain. Literally, I'm a lot of practice doing this. So, and yes, my studio's a mess. So there's my main cover band pedal board, which sounds really great a lot of the time. Sometimes things get messy, and there's my little board. That's kind of a new board, actually, for doing all the gigs where I don't like messing with the big switcher. And honestly, I don't know. I kind of want to try this. This just sounds like fun. So anyway, so there's the box. I really I haven't turned, other than plugging it in and turning it on yesterday, I haven't touched any buttons or knobs on the interface. I'm going to mostly be using this for recording, I think. The nice thing about the recording is that if I'm using it with my computer, I can literally just, oh, what happened here? Show, not Google Chrome. I messed up my my deal here. Actually, sorry guys. There we go. Okay, that's what I needed. All right, so anyway, so the nice thing is I've actually just been messing around with it using this. Now, in order to make this audible, I'm actually running it through Logic. I've got it plugged into my interface. Here, we'll do more camera. So there's my recording interface, just the Apogee Duet. I've just got XLRs into that, and then I've got a USB into the computer, and then I'm using it through this, which you guys can hear here. Now the thing that I really liked is this idea that there's this hierarchy of sounds. It was confusing at first, but the way I understand it, and Jeremy, you can actually help me out here if I'm wrong, but you've got presets, right? And these are all of your different amps. If I want 59 Bassman, right, I just bring it up there, right? And then within that preset, I've got scenes, which I can actually access here or through these buttons here. So that's crunch, that's cranked, and they've got different settings. These are all the same. you know, and so on. So you've got like a zillion of these presets you can use, which are the different amps. And then within those, you've got 4 or 8 different scenes where you can set them up with different like effects. Like this is, I really like this one. This is, I'm assuming this is the Marshall 100-watt Silver Jubilee, and I had one of these in high school. It was like, and I sold it to make that rack system, which was a big mistake. But this is like one of my favorite crunchy Marshall sounds on here. All right, but if I wanted to use this, then you know, you've also got these blocks here, right? So you got your amp. The block is the different cabinets, and oops, kind of messing with my Telecaster here. Sorry. So I can pick cabinets here. Right now it's on this Brit C1 If I wanted to run this through a Beatles cabinet, which I don't think I would ever do, but you know, I can kind of pick things, you know, however I want to. Now, oh crap, I lose my. Oops, I think I screwed up my. Do you guys remember what? This is part of the problem here. Actually, let me get out of this. And then see if the preset brings it back. No, oh shit, I'm stuck in this. Lurks. Roll a shit. I lost my my sound. Yeah, and Jeremy, that's the thing that I realized as I was messing with this and realizing that this might actually be something I'd like to do live. It's pretty awesome because like literally you can set, like with this only has the 3 buttons, and I know like on your pedal board you've got the Morningstar deal, so you can actually change other patches. So I can do something like that or get the FC6 that Fractal makes. But then I can literally say, hey, I'm playing a Beatles tune, and you know, our U2 song, here's the Vox AC30, and then here are all different parts of the song with different gain levels and different effects. And it's pretty cool if I wanted to run it in stereo, which I generally don't do. But this idea that actually, I'm going to bring these up on the screen here. So within each of the presets, you've got 8 scenes, and then each scene, the amp has 4 channels, right? So there's all of this. Yeah. So this is what's cool. It to me is like you've kind of got infinite ability to do this. Now, other devices I think have given you the ability to make all these presets before, but I've hated how they all sound. This one, I actually really dig. I just, I screwed up the cabinet I had. It's the Marshall 4x12. Crap. I don't remember. Definitely not that one. Anyway, I'm gonna go to some other sounds here, because I hopefully that won't save that. But the other preset, like the JTM 45, was really something I really liked yesterday to mess with. Starting with the clean sound. To me, I love that right off the bat. I'm just gonna let Jeremy narrate this. Let's go with some rotor. I'm just gonna go through some sounds here. This is bypass. So here, I picked the block with the rotary speaker. Let's take it out of bypass. Now within that, like the channels, let's see. If I change the channel here, that's a different channel, I guess, of just that effect block. while Jeremy's talking, I'm gonna try some different stuff here. So let's get rid of the rotary. So Mike's comment here. This has kind of been the thing that the Line 6. I've had Line 6 stuff before, and I've been hearing people make the Helix stuff sound really good. Online, but they talk about how much time and effort it goes into making that stuff sound good. And honestly, sometimes you can't hear the difference between the Helix and the Fractal and the Kemper when you're hearing it on a YouTube video. And the reality is the majority of my online stuff, I'm either doing Zoom lessons, I'm doing live streams, I'm doing YouTube videos, I'm doing recordings for people that are just going to be, making MP3s out of them and then streaming them. This, like, how awesome, like that last like few percent of how awesome this is, how much of that's really going to ever be appreciated. But the reality is I really like the fact that I could plug into this, and it just sounded good immediately, like seriously immediately. All right, and this box, this is the cheapest one. I looked at a bunch of stuff, and because I wasn't going to be using it live and I really didn't care about having a million buttons to start with, this is great. This one was on sale, so it was about $1,000. So when you're getting any of the Helix things, you're spending between $600 and $1,500, I think. But then when you get into like the FM9, which is the big version of this, the big floorboard, that's like $1,800, and they're all you have to get on a waiting list. It's like getting a King of Tone, right? Because of supply chain shortages, according to Fractal. And then there's the rack mount things, which I those are all in the $2,000 and $3,000, I guess. This was a good starter place. The the Kemper stuff was all, I think that starts about $1,700. I just didn't want to spend that much money because I wasn't really certain how much I would really like this stuff. I mean, to be honest with you, I've kind of hated all the direct stuff I've used. Even the Strymon Iridium, I thought it sounded pretty good for what it did, except for the fact that, it only had one Marshall in it, and it only had one, and while those were pretty good, those weren't the amps that I really need on a regular basis, for sounds, whether it's recording. On my big pedal board right now, the Iridium's there as a backup. So if my main amp blows up, which is either a Sir Badger 30 or it's a 1970 Deluxe reverb, I can go direct into the PA. But I was trying to use it as a situation where I could run my amp on stage and then not have to mic it and just have the straight sound. But the fact is that when you do that, your pedals sound great through the amp, but they react differently with the Iridium. You kind of want to have one source that's going to both places, not like, basically it's like running two different amps and having one amp tweaked out really good and then the other one the audience is hearing is getting weird level things and whatnot. So so the Iridium basically is my backup just in case shit happens, which occasionally it does happen when you play enough. But I'm really after a day of having this, I'm really thinking about maybe next year building a live rig where all of my sounds are like this, so there's no knob weirdness, there's no, I don't know, I'm kind of over pedal boards at the moment. I just don't know if I'm gonna like this through one of those FR speakers on stage, and I don't use in-ear monitors. I've got them, but I generally don't use them, so that's kind of my other solution. All right, so this is the JTM 45. I really like that as my favorite clean sound. Let's I never really appreciated how much the JTM 45. Let me mute this here, I think. It's like the AC/DC amp, like a lot of the Angus Young stuff apparently was JTM 45. Yeah, I always think about Marshalls being plexis, but in reality, these JTM 45s were a lot of the classic sounds, I think, that I like at least. All right, so this is same amp, but with a Strat. Oops. All right, so that's just the neck pickup. There's the middle pickup. I'm not tweaking anything either. So let's experiment here for a second. I've actually never used any of the pedals on here. So there's a drive pedal. Let's see. Drive. What's drive? So here, okay. Here's a question for you, Jeremy. I'm assuming there are different kinds of overdrive, volume pan. Oh, type vendor fuzz. Ah, here we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna do one of my least favorite pedals. We're gonna go TS9 because we all know what that sounds like. Tube driver. Is there no actual just TS9 on here? So can you actually push the front end of the amp hard? Okay. Yeah, so this is the thing that kind of scares me about this, is the fact that there's just so much that you can mess with here. So if we basically is not doing much of anything. Where's the reverb here? Mix. Yeah, I'm not liking that. So recording studio. So let's go Spring Deluxe. Woo! Select the amp block. Okay, and then there is an ML headroom meter. Oh, there we go. Let's go with this reverb's way too much. Man, that is freaking great. All right, so that's the JTM 45, and you can, there's like one here that says Hendrix. Where'd it go? Jimmy-esque. How's that? Let's see. That is crazy. I'm taking a request. If you guys want me to find an amp in here, go for it. Clean compressor dry. All the rest of you guys live in places with like normal, like cold weather and stuff. Because it's actually in the 50s here, my guitars are all freaking out. Oh. Interesting. Fuzz face. Yeah, actually I forgot there is a tuner here in the I'm still learning that, but man, all right. So that's the Jimmy. I literally could sit here and play the JTM 45 all day long. But let's go through some other presets. Look at some other amps here. 65 Basement. I used to have a 66 Basement. Same amp. The thing I discovered is that a lot of these models actually sound better than the vintage amps that I owned, and that's part of the deal with vintage amps is that actually that's a good tip from Jeremy. I sold my if my 66 Basement sounded like that, I would have never sold it. So brown sound. All right, so let's actually let me get a humbucker guitar going here. Not very Van Halen-y, but I'll get the idea across. Let's tune this sucker. How about the enough. All right, so Jeremy, what's one of the first things I noticed actually before the I saw the tuner on the app is the arrows on top of the unit on the display, which is pretty cool. Actually, what we're talking about are these guys right here. Okay. So, whoops. Presets. There's actually 5153. So I'm assuming this is like the Van Halen. So let's go through some of these. I'm assuming that's like the 5150 amp. Let's check out the different channels on this guy. Okay, actually a tip from Jeremy. Okay, an actual brown sound preset. Actually, let's see if I can do the smart thing. The brown sound, thank you. I don't remember this part. All right. 2 PVs and an EV. Man, there's. I figured that. I haven't played Van Halen in so long. Okay, this is so D. Oh, you know what? This must have the micro tune thing, the Eventide deal I found on my HR. Okay, actually, so the pitch guy here. I don't remember that anymore. Oh man, see, this is what happens when you don't play Van Halen tunes for 30 years. This is crazy. The Variac, okay. Man, fun, but man, I really suck at that stuff. Dry. So Jeremy, the ones that say S06, oh, it's just scene. Oh, it's just a scene without a name, I guess is what that is. For some reason, I was like, man, a lot of these S0 ones sound really good. And I just realized that doesn't have anything to do with anything. All right, so these brown sound ones are great. Maybe not as much with this guitar. It's the dry. Let me see if there's any other cool affected ones in here. I'm literally just doing presets today. Oh, here's the thing. I don't have a momentary sound. All right, so I dig that the brown sound one. That's pretty cool. What else do you guys want to hear? What is this? Alright, so I'm digging. I like that. This is the tremolo off. So like a Vibrolux. And here's the thing. I'm playing through some kind of crappy speakers here. They're kind of inexpensive JBLs. And I know there's a chunk of the mid-range missing, even like with that. These are great. Alright. Okay, so Vibrolux we like. So Deluxe Reverb, this is where I get a little weird. Because I've been playing through Deluxe Reverbs for most of my adult life, and I've had a couple of vintage ones. But the problem is my Deluxe Reverbs all have greenbacks in them. Actually, the one behind me, I don't know if you can see the Christmas tree sitting on top, but that's the one I still have. I sold my 74, and that's the 1970. And so my sound of what a Deluxe Reverb should sound like is kind of a mess. My amps, they sound great, but they don't sound anything authentic. So like when I got the Strymon Iridium, I hated the Deluxe Reverb in that, even though people loved it. So I guess part of it is like, you know, if I go back to this original sound here, if I go to the cabinets, 1x12. Actually sounds a little closer. Interesting. Authentic. Bass treble. Let me swap guitars. Let me go back. You actually said you want to mute signal page right on the unit. Well, no. Actually, I'm just going to just mute it and there. Okay. Telecaster. So let's see how close we can get to actually the sound I normally get. I don't know if you guys can hear the dogs, but it's actually not too far off. So here's a question for Jeremy, because I got all kinds of questions. Do you ever put pedals in front of you? You ever like load your pedal board, like use other drive pedals in front of amps and just use it as literally just your amp? And it takes pedals pretty good. So. Try the different. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking about, maybe. Analog analog stereo. So let's find a tape delay on here. That's lo-fi tape, mono tape. That's pretty cool. Analog stereo. Okay, so I'm actually, I don't know if, you know, like with my amp, I never really like crank it up. It's always like a good clean platform. So I'm assuming this is a twin. I just don't like twins. It's just never been my my jam, even to play my get rid of the delay here. Oh, bright switch. Yeah, even that. I think part of my problem is I've never owned or played a vintage twin. Just the reissues. And I'm usually playing my archtop through it, which sounds like garbage. There you go. All right. I actually don't hate the twin. All right. So I suck with Vox amps. This is like I've owned one Vox. I had a 1964 AC50, which doesn't sound anything like an AC30. A lot of people like their AC15s. I kind of see this. Let's see what. You know, it's funny because I've taken almost 2 years off of playing gigs since COVID really kind of messed things up for me a little bit. And I the guy that's been subbing for me, he never uses an amp. He just has a Helix. And the couple times I've come back to play shows, everyone's really been happy that I've had an amp on stage, and you know, I get pretty good sounds. To the point where they're pretty anti-modeler. And I'm almost wondering if I built a new rig around this, if they'd be as anti-model. Oh yeah. Okay, so if I go on the amp block, How great is that? Okay, I like AC-15s now. Okay. So Mike, am I going to ruin your budget? Here's a top boost. Let's see. That's funny. Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying this. So 50-watt plexi. I do not like that. That's pretty good. Still kind of boxy. I'd probably actually be pretty happy with that sound if I hadn't heard some of the other amps. Well, and this is the reason why I decided not to even try the Helix. Was I don't like tweaking stuff. I'm just not a tweaking stuff kind of guy. As fiddly as it may seem for me, I would prefer to just plug into something and go. Wow, I don't even know if there's not even a pedal in front of it. I don't have an expression pedal hooked up. So this sounds really good. It's kind of nasal. Actually, I'm jump drop. So I'm beginning to wonder if I just don't like Betsy as much as everyone else. Here's a JMP or JCM 800. This is more like my high school. Let's see what we got going on here. Slam. Hot lead. Why is there so much delay? Because it's an 80 sound. If you right-click any knob that has a circle at the bottom, you can assign modifiers, such as an expression pedal or ooh. Excellent. So if I was to go back to the wah, external, oh yeah. Interesting. All the externals, LFO. Okay, that is good to know. Jeremy, I should just pay you for a lesson for today. This has been very helpful. I'm assuming this is a high watt, maybe? I don't know much about these. I think I've got the wrong context for this one. Oh, okay, so this is the Santana amp, I'm assuming. Not exactly the right sound, but well, the question is there a Dumble in here? Tweed Deluxe. I always like Tweed Deluxes at low volume. Oh, cork shift for the Dumble. No cork. Cork sniffers. There we go. there's like so much. Oh, dry there. We go. I've just never understood the Dumble thing. I mean, there's some cool sounds, but... So these are different. I'm assuming these are just different Dumbles. Buddha. So. Actually, what I should do is, let's go high gain for a second. It's all metal. The reason why I'm picking this guitar is because it's tuned down a half step and it's got 11s on it, so I generally don't play metal on it, but this morning, and he was playing through one of those things, and it actually pigs in space. Some presets. So let's go. Money for something. Actually, before I do that, let's get Splon. Kind of muffly. Let's find something else. That's good. I'm really thinking about. I'm on my end of the year. If I want to get it on my taxes spending spree right now, and so I was thinking about maybe doing something like that. I would love to actually be able to do the downshift thing. This guitar, it doesn't have the PRS pickups in it. It's got the rail hammers. So they're a little bright, which is kind of weird because I'm not really getting that in. Let's go back to my... Before the amp. Whoops. Pitch. Can I just... Delete block. Huh. So why is it not letting me... Oh, because there's a pitch block here. Okay. So now on this... Select oops, you know I gotta connect this, don't I? Shit. There is a Friedman B. I was playing through it a second ago. You know, I screwed up, actually. So I know when you put your input block in, you're supposed to connect all these. Oh, here we go. Ah. There's some artifacts and some let's do this on a clean amp actually. Pitch. mix. So I could. Basically, so it's harmonizing it just with the mix all the way wet. I guess if you're playing this on a gig, no one hears the other stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of I have to listen to this back on the playback and kind of see. I'd love to be able to drop tune though. Yeah, something to mess with, I guess. Okay, so Mike, you're asking about a Friedman. Yeah, that was these guys here. I think get rid of this guitar. This is kind of bumming me out here. Go back to Les Paul for this. So that's the one Friedman, actually. Okay, so that's the one Friedman. The other Friedman, version 3. Now, obviously, these are all, tweakable. I'm literally just messing with the presets. There's not one of these that like does like a doubling maybe. Oof. Okay, maybe not. That's the Friedman. A lot of these are amps I've just never played through or Carol Ann. I've seen people like this one a lot. Oh, advanced whammy. Yeah, I don't know. 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 Huh. Let me go back to this guy. And then you're saying... So let's change this to pitch. An advanced whammy. Sounds like Queens of the Stone Age. What was the thing what I wanted to try? Arpeggiator. So key. Interesting. Oh, so you set each of the... There you go. All right, maybe not so much. Okay. JMP blues lead. I play blues. I hear people play blues like this. It's so much. The delays before the... Oh, I see what they're doing. Oh, it's Southern California Blues Jam blues sound. Take some of that and then... Yay. Hottest dry. When you play the Robin Trower song at the Blues. Obnoxious, but I kind of like it. Kind of play blues with this. All right. I'm assuming this is slash. Not digging it. Song, but so all right. I think, guys, I've bored everybody. This was fun. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is probably split for a little bit. One of these guys is my face. Yeah, I'm the funny thing is that he used those the Silver Jubilee. You know, the one that I had. I don't remember how it goes. Thanks, Jeremy. right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm probably going to do more videos on this just as I kind of learn how to use it. It's incredibly powerful, and it sounds great. I mean, I'll be honest. I was expecting it to sound pretty good because I've been hearing what other people have been doing with it. But what's actually going on with it is pretty cool. Even in my studio is my garage, so it's not like I'm in a great sounding room or anything like that. And I dig it. So anyway, thanks. I'm going to put the forum link in the description of this video on the YouTube version of it. And if you guys want to have more conversation or see my journey as I explore this thing, go ahead and check it out. So thanks a lot, guys.